Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to another dose of your top RPG news of the week. Starting off, we have Lies of P. Lies of P developer NieR was recently interviewed by Famitsu and discussed a lot of information regarding the game recently. It went over a few details, including when the game will be released. Unfortunately though, they haven't confirmed that the game will be released in 2022. Even further, they are unable to provide an exact date at all. They estimate that the game would be about 30% complete overall so far. So they did confirm though that the game will be released alongside previous gen consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It will still come to PC as well as previously announced, as it will be available through Steam. The game will be in English with Japanese voice and audio. While they are trying to build upon the Souls-like genre, which is very apparent in the inspiration that we've seen in previous trailers, they want to assure us that they will be trying to keep some of these things a little bit differently from these titles. One of them is that instead of a usual couple of dozen weapons available, they're going for about 30 weapons for players to use. They're also implementing what they call a weapon blending system. This system will allow players to disassemble their unused weapons and combine parts with others, combining new combinations. In total, there should be about 100 possible combinations, so that's quite a varied number of combinations available. Another system that you'll be able to use is the arm, which allows you to customize your left arm and augment it to your playstyle with 8 different attachments. So far we know that you can equip a flamethrower and wire hook to the left arm. If you want to know more about Lies of P, including the story, enemies, inspiration and more, head over to Fextralife.com for the full details in Lies of P developer interview and new info. If you're hoping to see more Final Fantasy 16 soon, you'll have to wait, as the producer and director Naoki Yoshida has now confirmed that we won't be seeing another trailer or major info until spring of 2022. The message that was posted on the official Final Fantasy 16 Twitter account also explained that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has delayed the game's development by almost half a year. This has caused a delay in receiving assets for the game, and despite having such a sizable team currently working on Final Fantasy 16, it is still under quite difficult circumstances. According to the post, we won't be seeing more information on the game until spring of 2022, where a big reveal will happen. In case you missed it, Final Fantasy 16 is the next major entry in the Final Fantasy franchise. So far, what has been revealed is that Final Fantasy 16 will be quite action-orientated, but will also provide a story mode for those who rather focus on narrative. The story is also shaping up to be another epic tale, a story of revenge following the protagonist Clive Rosfield. Square Enix has also already revealed icons, Phoenix, Titan, Shiva, Ifrit in the Awakening trailer. As for how many will be in the land of Althea is currently unknown, but Yoshida has teased more will be revealed in future, so maybe we'll find out what other icons will be coming to Final Fantasy 16 with the next major news update. Final Fantasy 16 is currently in development for PlayStation 5. Originally set to launch on January 11th, 2022, Weird West has now been delayed to March 31st. The title, which melds role-playing with sim, will now be released a couple months later than planned for PC, Xbox One, Game Pass and PlayStation 4. The delay is to give more time to sort out some wonky moments which the developer has shared, discovered by the beta testers according to Devolver's latest tweet. The game comes from the co-creators of Dishonored and Prey, this time bringing players to the Wild West, where bounty hunters, lawmen and fantastical creatures all coexist. Players will take on the role of different characters that have their own tale, but will eventually cross paths in the game. The title is set to be an immersive sandbox sim with a concentration as an RPG. What's interesting about this isometric title is that players can interact with the world around them, so turn over barrels to store some rainwater for healing, or tip over fire sources to light oil spills on fire. Weird West will now launch on PC, Xbox One, Game Pass and PlayStation 4 on March 31st, 2022. The next update, version 2.4, for the free-to-play online RPG Genshin Impact has been announced and will launch on January 5th. The update is titled Fleeting Colors in Flight, which will bring new features including the underwater ruins of Economia, described by the developer as sealed away for thousands of years beneath Inazuma. The update will bring with it 2 new playable characters, 5-star Shenhe and 4-star Yunjin. They were both revealed back in November, with Shenhe having a cryovision, while Yunjin adds to the list of geo characters in Genshin Impact. The new territory known as Economia features both a floating island and an underwater beneath the ocean area. An interesting feature of Economia is that it doesn't have the typical day and night system, which is found in different areas above the surface, but time still passes here. A New Year event is underway, which includes new games, stalls, vendors in Liyue Harbor. The season event will give players a chance to gain free 4-star character in Liyue, as well as 10 intertwined fates and a way to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Good news for Elden Ring fans, the wait could not feel any longer, as a slew of new information was revealed to the public via Reddit posts this week. A few pages from the Edge magazine interview with developer Hidetaka Miyazaki was also shared, and also the Overture of Elden Ring book, which was announced, which will feature art, lore, and more from the game. This is just a quick overview of the news, keeping things as spoiler-free as possible, but if you want to skip forward, you can do so to the next piece of news. But if you want further details, be sure to check them out on the original article on Fextralife.com. The new details contain some lore, including characters in Elden Ring, with Edge magazine putting the majestic warrior Godfrey on the cover of this month's issue. Details of how the lands between were created, sharing more about different locations such as the Eternal City and Temple in the Sky, which will be both explorable by players. Other areas will also gain hints through the item descriptions or stories that are told in the world. The Spirit Steed known as Torrent also got some further details. While mounted combat is a major new mechanic coming with Elden Ring, Miyazaki confirmed that there won't be any instances where it will be a requirement to use Torrent, but it will still remain an option for players to decide. This decision was made to give players the freedom to choose their playstyle rather than taking a particular approach. Also revealed was the Overture of Elden Ring, a new book which is currently only available in Japanese. The book contains the artwork of Elden Ring similar to previous FromSoft titles such as Demon's Souls and Bloodborne. There doesn't seem to be any confirmation whether it will be an English version coming out, but we'll have to wait and see. Are you getting hyped for Elden Ring? Be sure to drop by our Elden Ring wiki for all the latest and subscribe to our channel for more Elden Ring content as we edge ever closer to the release this year. A recent post by NieR creative director Yoko Taro stated that the franchise looks to be finished, at least for now. The NieR franchise has been an iconic series, not only gaining a remaster recently for NieR Replicant, but also crossovers with games such as Final Fantasy XIV getting a raid, and mobile title Sino Alice, which got a NieR Automata crossover, not forgetting the mobile entry NieR Reincarnation as well. The most recent remaster, NieR Replicant version 1.22, gained a huge milestone, surpassing 1 million shipments and digital sales last June. But as for if we'll see another entry following the world of NieR, well, it's looking very unlikely. Recently, Taro shared on Twitter that the NieR story was now finished, but joked if there was a pile of money thrown his way, he might work on another game in the NieR universe. The message summed up the year, highlighting their experience releasing the NieR Replicant remaster during a very unusual year, especially with the pandemic, and also their plans for 2022. The video featured the dynamic trio NieR creative director Yoko Taro, producer Yuzuki Saito, and composer Keiji Okabe. They were even asked if they were working on anything relating to NieR, and they basically gave the reply of a flat out, nah, nothing. That didn't stop them from cracking jokes about hidden messages in the video though. If you haven't checked out the remaster, be sure to also watch our video, NieR Replicant Review Impressions. Is NieR Remaster worth it? And now on to some monster news. As we get close to the release of Monster Hunter Rise, which is finally coming to PC this January, a new video has been released featuring the title in 4K resolution. The video previews what hunters will look like with the upgraded graphics when wearing the Kimura armor set. Kimura armor is available in Rise, featuring the 5-piece set, an iconic set to Rise as it represents Kimura Village, which acts as a hub for players in the latest entry. It's exciting to see how hunters will look in-game with the PC version, as Monster Hunter Rise gets 4K resolution, ultra-wide support, and 60 FPS. Rise debuted on the Switch in 2021, March 26th, bringing the latest entry to the Monster Hunter main series to the hybrid gaming device, with max performance at 1080p in docked mode at 30 FPS. It was then later revealed it was coming to PC in 2022, however not with crossplay or cross progression. Previously it was revealed that Monster Hunter Rise will be gaining its first major expansion called Sunbreak, coming to both Switch and PC in summer of 2022. As for when we'll see more Sunbreak news, it looks like we'll have to wait until spring, as director Suzuki shared on Twitter new reveals coming before the summer release. So far, no exact release date has been given for Sunbreak, just the release window. Monster Hunter Rise is currently available on Switch and will be released on PC on January 12, 2022. If you're interested to know what we thought of Monster Hunter Rise on PC, check out our Monster Hunter Rise PC performance preview, new demo, How Does It Compare? And now for a mystery game. Developer Mutant Insight, behind the likes of Blue Reflection and Final Fantasy 15 DLC content, episode Arden, Atelier series and more, has posted new job listings that have caught the internet's attention. As reported by Gametsu, the job description describes positions for a high-end RPG remake. The title remains private for PlayStation 5. As for what this mystery title is, well, there's no hints or details. The only things that we can go on are the positions that are being hired for Mutant, different positions including 3D motion designer, 3D art director, 3D background designer, and 2D character designer. Another piece of info to go on is that the game is being developed using Unreal Engine 5, which is the same engine Square Enix is using to develop Dragon Quest XII. As the company has ties with Square Enix working previously on Final Fantasy 15 content, and Square Enix's work with Unreal Engine 5, this could very well be a partnership of some kind, looking at their past experience working together. Square Enix has also had PlayStation 5 exclusivity with upcoming Forspoken and the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, which was first released on PlayStation, then later came to PC. Another recent rumor is that it could be Chrono Cross, which was originally developed by Square in 1999. The development team has also worked on Persona Q2, New Cinema Labyrinth in the past, so a team up with Sega could also be a possibility. The fact that it's also listed as a remake also means whatever the game is being developed for PS5 will not only receive an upgrade in graphics, but a possible reworking of gameplay, systems, combat, and more. It will be exciting to find out exactly what Mutant Insight has its hands on. In the meantime, check out what's coming in 2022 with our RPG Games 2022 The Best and Most Anticipated video.
Well, that's it for the week in the wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.